film industry scene or Hollywood or celebrity thing. We're here every day and we're working really hard.
None of you have been into rehab. None of you have sort of, you know, had sort of huge, imagined breakups in the press and stuff.
In Kid Star's Top Trumps, we're worth nothing.
Nothing? No points whatsoever?
Nothing. I am quite a boring person. I enjoy being at home and watching TV. The thing is, I like parties and I like all that stuff as much as anyone else does, but when it comes to the work, it's work, and it's the work that I like.
I suppose we're always quite busy, really. I mean, you don't get a lot of time to really go too off the rails. But, I don't know. There's still time.
Do you think that sort of you're ever going to get over being in Harry Potter? Do you think you'll ever sort of be able to leave it behind and say, right, that's done now?
I'm not sure. Everyone keeps asking me now, like, wow, it must be incredible, and the memories and stuff, and you don't think of it. I don't know whether it's something to do about my age, but at this point in my life, I don't really look back at it that much and think, wow, that was, you know... I guess to put it in perspective is very hard to do at my age. I don't have anything to compare it to either. You don't remember that much of your life before you were 10 years old. I mean, obviously I've got a few memories, but
Sure.
my life pretty much, my memory started work pretty much around 10 or 11, and that's how long I've been here for, so it's kind of all I know.
Can you buy a pint of milk without people saying, oh, hello?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much constant and it's kind of everywhere, but everyone's always really positive. It's just I've never really seen it as kind of something to really hide away from. It's always been, yeah, I remember once when I was in America, I think I was in America somewhere, and someone wanted a photo with me, and I put my arm around her, and she told me not to touch her. So that was probably the only kind of bad experience.
She asked for your photo and then said, don't touch me?
That's what you do, isn't it?
I would have thought so.
But yeah, she didn't want it. So
that told you. Do you ever look back and think you've missed out on anything?
Factually speaking, I have missed out on certain things that other people who have gone to school every day have missed out on. You know, I mean, I've missed. Of course, there's moments I've missed. I will have missed, I don't know, the first week at university and how that must feel, and I'm sure it feels incredible and amazing. But I've had parallel experiences, though not the same, and the kind of are of the same nature, because we all sort of go through the same stuff. It's just what prompts us to go through it that sort of changes, I think. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't feel like in terms of have I not done stuff that a lot of other people have done, then yes, that is absolutely undeniably true. But at the same time, I've done a lot of stuff that other people will never get a chance to do, and you know, so it's, you know, for everything I've missed, I've also gained something else.
I'm very lucky that I managed to retain at the same school I went to. Still, it wasn't easy leaving the school for a month and coming back with blonde hair and blonde eyebrows, you know. I would never say that I was bullied, only because I have a very, you know, I don't consider name-calling. I didn't take it as bullying anyway. It's more just a combination of, yeah, banter and jealousy, as well as, you know, general people assuming that you're going to be someone very arrogant because you're in a film. And yeah, lots of school trips. I'll never forget, you know, that was a really sad part of it, that you book these school trips up and then they say, oh, I'm going skiing at the Alps next week. You're going what? Skiing? I don't think so. No skiing for you. And it's like, that sucks. And looking back at it now, of course, I don't regret a thing. But equally, it's not that easy when you're a youngster.
I think it's been a very kind of unique way of kind of growing up, really. The other day, they gave us a DVD of our first screen test together. No. Yeah, it was really weird, because I was really cockney.
Nicholas Flamel is the only known maker of the Sorcerer's Stone. The what?
I was really surprised. I was really strong Cockney accent, but it's kind of over the years, I guess I've toned it down.
It's been bled out of you.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really weird, because they showed another potential Ron as well, which was quite weird. And he was really good as well.
No!
I probably would have cast him instead.
It doesn't really feel real, that it really is coming to an end. It's really strange. I can't really describe it. I keep feeling like, I don't know, I guess I'm in denial.
But however much we don't want to believe it, it is all about to come to an end. In this courtyard here, they're setting up for what will become the climax of this epic battle scene. You're going to have the good guys on one side, the dark forces on the other, and they're going to come together, and it's all going to kick off. But what we know is that some of our favourite characters might not make it through.
Come on, Tom. Let's finish this the way we started.
together. But who will survive when Harry and Voldemort come face to face for the final time?
The film should leave everybody with kind of the resting heartbeat of about 160 beats per minute. You know, I mean, it certainly feels like it when we're filming it, not to be disparaging, but feels kind of relentless. You know, everything is always happening, and it's a battle to the scale of which we've never seen in this world before. It's the way a film series should end.
Do you think we'll ever just have a quiet year at Hogwarts?
No.
There must be a very special bond between you and Dan and Rupert. A bond that only the three of you can really understand, because right back from that first experience, the first day you turn up and you playing these characters, and that first premiere, the three of you have always been there. You've been there next to each other, so you know what it's like on the inside, being Harry, Hermione and Ron.
Yeah.
And that must be something very unique.
Yeah, I have moments where I feel quite isolated by the uniqueness of my life experience. You know, I'll never be able to explain to anyone that I meet new that what my life has been like, or what it's all like, really. You kind of have to be in it. So they are the only two other people in the world who I don't have to explain myself, and they just know. They've done everything with me, and that bond that we have, I think, even more than it is to us now, I feel like when this is over, our friendship will have a new importance for the three of us, because I think when it's over, we'll need each other more than we do even now, really.
I'm Harry Potter.
If you could look back to 10-year-old Dan, who's just about to embark on this journey, what would you say to him to prepare him?
Have a good time. I don't know, what else would I say?
Is there an essence that you'd sort of go, you know, don't get too carried away with it, don't believe the hype, you know, or...
I don't think I'd tell myself anything that the 10-year-old me hadn't already sort of had. I was very unfazed by it all. Like, I didn't believe the hype, and I didn't get too swept up by it, and I always had fun, and I didn't, you know. So I don't know if there's anything I would say to him. I mean, that sounds awfully smug, but I think any of the mistakes that I've made that I could give myself clues to when I'm 10, I wouldn't, because it's essential that I make them, and they've absolutely formed a huge part of the person that I am, along with everything else in my life. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd just probably tell him to not eat the food in the Great Hall after the third day of a scene.
Well done, everybody. Thank you.
So, 7 books, 8 films, and more than 10 years later, it's all come to an end.
Only I can live forever.
To be able to come to this extraordinary film set for the last 5 years, to snoop behind the scenes, to get to play with the props and to meet the stars has been truly magical. And even though it's going to be weird without it, because it's been such a huge part of all our lives for such a long time, I reckon that magic is going to linger on.
Time to try and outsmart regulars Jason Manford and Peter Andre. Odd One In is next this evening. Penn and Teller are back at 9, and Jack Dee, Jimmy Carr and Catherine Kelly are making the decisions in The Marriage Ref at 10.